Okay, we're down at Scala, Scala Sycamania, beautiful fishing port. We've got a couple of little camps up here. One's doing soup this morning, nice warm soup for the people coming across. So, okay, nice boat, come right in. Okay, I'm going to stand back on this one. Got Gabriel here and his friends from Sweden, and there's a couple more people on the other side to deal with this. So they come straight off the front. It's great. It's very relaxed. Right. You should try and let them come off the front. You should try and let them come off the front rather than go down the side and take a baby.
I don't think, sorry, I don't think we do English.
Yeah, let them come off the front of the boat. Okay? Oh. Okay, bravo. Okay, that one went very well. So it's just... One going into the lighthouse there.
Yeah, do you think we're going to go?
Let's go in. Yeah, another one there. Yeah.
It's a third one. Even
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah. He looks like he's going into Gaggia. Mostly turn at the last minute. So. Oh, I'll go and get the binoculars and have a look and see how many we got out there. Okay, everyone in safely. We've had a couple of rescues out by the lighthouse in the last 3-4 days. A Jolly Rescue, which is James, he took 20 people off the rocks out there at 1 o'clock in the morning with the Spanish lifeguards. You know, he sat off the rocks. He has a rib, and the Spanish lifeguards and the jet ski went in and got people off the rocks and took them out to James. He had over 20 people on the boat at one stage. Anyway, they got everyone in safely. And a couple of nights before that, we had 150 people over by the lighthouse in a bay, which they had to go up the cliff face, which was very dangerous. Again, the team's over there, fair play, so they got everyone up safely. And it's coming, you know, we had 4 or 5 days very quiet, and now it's picking up again. We're getting a lot of big boats coming in, and we're told the weather's going to change in the next few days. So we're preparing ourselves the best we can. I think everyone is for the winter. we are doing the best we can. You know, we're trying to get these hot tents up and down the beaches to keep people warm. As soon as we can get them in, we can get them warm. We've had a few problems there because you know, there's people that not having it and they don't want these tents and things like this. You know, we have a choice here. You know, we either put some tents here and there up and down the beaches. There's no tourists here at the moment, so it's not a problem. And we're only talking about putting these tents up and down the beaches in certain spots. Not that many, but enough so we can rush people that come in soaking wet with hypothermia. We can rush them into the tents, the women and children and babies, and take the clothes, get them dry clothes and everything, and keep them warm until we can get a minibus to get them to the camp or whatever. Oh, the other alternative is we are stopped by these people that don't want these tents, and we have bodies littering the beaches up and down. Now, when I discussed this the other day with someone, they said, well, we have bodies on the beaches anyway. You know, yeah, we do. But we don't need any more. You know? We don't need any more. And these hot tents are very, very important, you know. I don't know what's going on here because this is fucking disgusting. These are human beings. And just for a few tents which no one's going to see up and down the beaches, because there's no tourists here at the moment, why they say no, 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 I think is absolutely fucking disgusting. Yeah? Because the locals, you know, they will put up with a few tents just to help the women and children and babies. You know, there's some big egos going on here, some big authority here that says we're not fucking allowed this, and this is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. You know, we have a situation here, and as I said more than one time, the town needs to take control of the situation here. And we need this. We really do need this. And it's no skin off of anyone's nose or whatever to have a few tents up and down the beaches until April. Now, I was told, oh, you'll want them longer in April and everything else. No, because the summer comes in then, you know, I have a business the same as everyone else. Yeah? But we have two choices. We either litter these beaches with bodies, or we can get some tents and that up and down, and we can help the people as best we can. You know. So, we'll see what happens in the next few days. You know, I'm not happy about this. You know, there's a certain people in the pockets of one aid agency here. And this aid agency is, personally, in my own personal opinion, the way they're dealing with things is right out of order. And the way they've dealt with things in the past is out of order. I have had some few words with this aid agency. And what's gone on in the last week, I think, is absolutely disgusting. And as the town says, they only want this aid agency and Doctors of the World, no one else. You know, this is wrong as well. You know, and if this doesn't stop, I'm really going to scream. I'm going to scream big time about these people, and I will name them. So, you know, we're human beings out here trying to help human beings, and we don't need these bloody brick walls put up in front of us all the time, and we don't need people with big fucking egos telling us what we can do and what we can't do and everything else. Yeah, without even them knowing what the authorities have given us permission to do. You know, we try our best to mix in everything else. We try our best to help. We try our best any way we can. But we're here to help babies, women, children, you know, and people that are in big distress and big trouble. We're human beings helping human beings, you know. And I've heard all the stories, you know, I've been there, I've had my tyres slit on the car, I've been spat at in the streets, I've been told to go so many times, I've had death threats and everything else from these people. This is wrong. We are human beings helping human beings. Yeah. And for people, big egos to get in the way and say we can't do this because we're the authorities and you have to obey us and everything else up here on the north, you know. The way I perceive things is there's a mayor of the island, and he was the elected mayor on the island, and surely this guy should say what goes on and what doesn't go on. You know, there's something very wrong here, which I've always said is wrong here. And these problems need to be sorted. Yeah, I don't want to see more bodies on these beaches. We're going to get them, I know. But we can stop a lot of not dying here by a bit of common sense. And to have a few hot tents here and there on the beaches is common sense to me and common sense to a lot of people here. You know, these people say, oh, we don't want this here, we don't want that here, but they don't want fuck all. They don't even help, most of them. You know, the thing is, this is happening and we have to deal with it. Yeah. And to put some tents that we can keep people warm until the middle of April, and when the tourists come we can remove them. Because come middle of April, hopefully the water will be warm enough and hopefully the air temperature will be warm enough. But we will save thousands and thousands of people rather than having so many people washed up on the beaches or dying on the beaches because they can't get warm. There needs to be a lot of common sense here, and there's a lot of people agreeing with this, but there's a few people that want the authority and they're not agreeing with it. And these people say, well, we've done this, we've done that, yeah, but we can do a lot more. Just because you've done a bit, it doesn't mean to say that you're not going to help anymore. And it doesn't mean to say that you can say no, no, no to things that's going to help people and help people's their lives. Yeah, help save people's lives and help save children's lives. I've been trying to get these tents now for 6 weeks, and the obstacles being put in the way in certain areas is wrong. Very wrong. As I say, we don't have tourists here until April, so what's the point? Just to see an extra few tents along the beaches. Some people really bewilder me, they really do. I've heard this, our tourist industry was ruined during the summer and everything else. Mainly because of my fault, because I'm giving people water and everything else. But if you look at Mollyvos now and look at Petra now, you look at all the cars, there's restaurants open. Normally they're closed in the beginning of October. We're middle of November now. And if you walk into the town, it's like going in the town in May. The car parks are full and everything. There's people using the restaurants. There's people using the shops. There's people spending a lot of money trying to help the refugees here. And it's ticking over. There's hotels that are opening. And fair play to some of the hotels, they're giving really reasonable rates to the volunteers, yeah, which is absolutely fantastic. And still I got people shouting at me saying this is all my fault. I don't know where these people get their fucking brains from, I really don't. This is going to happen, it's going to carry on happening. If we don't control it, it's going to be a major problem out here. And that's what we're trying to do now, is trying to get one big umbrella ruled, which will be run by the Coast Guard. The lifeguards all along the beach, Spanish, English, Hellenic, which is Greek, Coast Guard, lifeguards will run the beaches, and the volunteers will support the lifeguards. Yeah. And the lifeguards will support the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard will rule. He has the last say on everything. And we need to get this operational as soon as possible, and we can run it fairly smoothly. I know for one thing, if it wasn't for all the volunteers out here and the amount of lives they've saved time and time and time again, nearly every single night rescuing people, every single day rescuing people, this would be, if they wasn't there, the amount of deaths out here would be incredible, absolutely incredible. And I don't think anyone or anything would like that reputation stuck on top of them because of their lack of help and their stupidity for not helping. I said at the beginning of this, there's two ways to go. We can help the refugees, and people around the world can see the massive Greek heart or we can go against it, which this town did in the beginning. You know, a lot of people in the town now are helping us, but in the beginning they went completely against it. You know, and people are looking at the place and saying, what the hell is this place? A lot of people come to my shop saying they would never come back here again, not because of the refugees, because of the way the town treated the refugees. And some of these people come time and time and time again, year in, year out, year in, year out, and that's what we rely on, is our regular tourists. Yeah. So, anyway, you know, we have to run this situation through the winter. There's no tourists here. We have to run this situation through the winter as best we can, save as many lives as we can, and show the world that the Greeks have a massive heart on this island, on the north of the island. And then we'll fill our town with tourists again. And these people that oppose this, it's down to the town, as I said more than one time, you have to get rid of them. Because they've caused this town so much damage, it's unbelievable. You know, now we have the Hellenic lifeguards out here, which is fantastic, unbelievable. You know, and now I just spoken to a team of 25 Greek people who have brought 25. They have a team of 25. They're volunteers, but there are 25 of them, and they're going to help us during the winter. We have a lot of the local town coming out. They're cleaning the beaches, but they're helping us as well. You know, there's a lot of movement now, and a lot of help, and a lot of big hearts. You can see the Greek heart. And for people from Scala Sycamenia, you know, they've been incredible, you know. And they've had to put up with nearly everything all summer. But still they're out here. The fishermen are out rescuing. Yeah. You know, they're dealing with this all the time, Scala Sycamenia. And they've got incredible big hearts. This is what it's all about. You know, and they put up with a lot of rubbish. They've put up with everything. And yet they've been out here trying to help, trying to clean up the rubbish, trying to clothe the babies. And, you know, and this is what it's all about. This is what it should be about. Showing the world what a big Greek heart we have here on Greece. No. I had a letter came through on. Hi, how you doing? Been seeing you for a long time. You good?
Yeah.
Yeah. One,
Yeah, all
yeah, all,
right.
8 coming.
8.
Oh, thanks
Yeah,
for telling me that. So I had it wasn't a letter, it's an email. Sorry, it's a friend of mine, a Greek friend of mine. He's helped us for a lot of times bringing in the boats. We had an email come through the other day, which was very nice, and they said they came from Syria. They came through on the north of Lesbos and went down into Mytilene, and then they went to Athens up through Macedonia. Anyway, they landed up in Germany, and they sent us an email back and thanked us and thanked the Greek people. Because they said out of their whole journey, this was the place they were welcome more than anywhere. It was Greece, and they said the Greek people were astonishing, you know, and they really helped them. And that's what I've been saying all along about the Greek big heart. Which is so. Anyway, I'll shut this one down for now. All the best, everyone. Bye.